Alright guys, so welcome back to another brand new video. Now in today's video there's there's not really too much that we have to talk about. I'm just going to be giving you guys a brief update on what's been happening in the hacking scene for the PS4. And I just wanted to say I'm sorry I haven't brought you any videos recently, but it's pretty much because there's nothing really to talk about at the moment. Everything's there's not much happening, if I should say. That's the best way to put it. Not much happening for end users, and most of the stuff that's being released is only for developers. And even with that being said, it doesn't look like a lot of it will be useful for the end user in any way. There is a couple things that are very, very important that have been released recently, but there's also a lot that isn't really as important. So first off, let's just start off by looking at the Wololo website. So this is probably one of the first places I would pull my news from, because this is usually where they have a lot of news. Secondly, to PlayStation hacks, there's also some pretty good news here, and I am one of the news reporters here. So most of the news that I get comes from Wololo, and they are credited for it. But anyways, back to here. So for example, this is probably one of the biggest things that has been happening recently, and a lot of people are excited about this, but I'm just going to talk to you about this and tell you why it's not as important as what it was on the PS3 scene. Okay, so if we open it up and we go in there, it's just how the PS4 syscon keys have been disclosed, and stuff like that. So in the most easy way to put it for people who aren't as knowledgeable in the field, what's happened here will allow us to downgrade our PS4s, right? That's the simplest way that you can do it. The method is not yet refined and it's not yet fully functional. It can happen, but now let me just tell you something else. Why do we need to downgrade our PS4s? So a lot of you are thinking, great, we can downgrade our PS4s, we can then hack them and install games and stuff like that. Well, no, not really. The reason to do it would have been, to do that on the PS3 days, because at the time we had full CFW and stuff like that. But with the PS4, if we have access to downgrade the PS4, there's no need to downgrade the PS4, if you can understand what I'm trying to say. Because if we have that level of access, then we already have the level of access that we would need to actually be able to have the package installer, debug settings and all that sort of stuff running. So at the end of it all, from what I can see at the moment, this is just to show off that you can downgrade the PS4, but the functionality behind it, there's nothing really too beneficial for the end users. See, maybe it's easier for people like the devs who want to look into the system security, for example, and maybe SAMU, which is the protection against the system, and how it actually stops it. So it's the security portion of the processor which stops a lot of stuff from happening. And apparently there's a hacker out there that has got access to this. I'm not going to mention any names at the moment, because I know that he doesn't want people pestering him, but there probably is someone out there who's got access to it. There's someone who reckons he's got access to it, but whether he does or he doesn't, that's another story. And if we had SAMU, then that's like 100% access. But the only reason why I can see people would want to downgrade is to have a better go at trying to get through SAMU on a lower firmware. That's the only logical reason, because apart from that, you can do anything and everything on whatever firmware you're on if you have the downgrade access. So just a heads up for you guys who might be excited for downgrading. I'm just going to tell you now, there's no real need for it, because if you can downgrade, there will be another jailbreak for that firmware that comes out, and everything will move to that firmware. So don't get too excited for downgrading. Now, on the same wavelength, I should say, look, they mention a little bit of stuff here about fail overflow. Let me show you guys about fail overflow. So these guys are real in the scene. Unfortunately, they don't release anything finished, but that's for a reason. So they release a lot of information that does help our hackers in the scene to find out new things and get to new places. Sometimes you know, they've been known before. Fun fact, in the Switch scene, Fail Overflow actually released one day after the hacker group re-switched. It was it looks like it was a battle between the two to release first, but regardless, it doesn't matter. Fail Overflow is a very, very trustable source, and they're always on top of it. They were one of the leading people in hacking the PS3 scene, and also over in the Nintendo Wii scene, if I remember correctly. But anyways, recently they've put through some stuff for the PS4, the AUX hack. The AUX hack has 3 different portions, so it happens through the DualShock 4, if I can remember correctly, and it does work in a way which is actually quite interesting. I would suggest you guys have a read about it if you do understand it. But again, to summarize all of this, this is a way that we will be able to get, you know, like a jailbreak for later firmwares, and this can also lead to other things like SAMU and stuff like that, by the looks of things. It has been a while since they released this, as they did release this about a month ago now, looking at the date. But doesn't matter. It's just people are still looking into it, and it does take a lot of time sometimes for something to be completely put into practice by the hacker group or the people that are releasing stuff to the scene. So patience is what it takes. If you guys should be excited about anything, let me just say this is what you should be excited about, because from what I've read, this is the most promising here. And downgrading, as I said, is just not, it's not something that we need to do, so you shouldn't really be excited about that, because it's not something that we require in order to be able to jailbreak our systems. If we have that level of access, we will be able to jailbreak the system regardless. Just so you guys know. And anyways, that's pretty much it for what's been going on in the hacking scene. There's a lot of stuff that's been posted over here on PSX hacks, you know, flat stumping PS4 IDPs to downgrade and stuff like that. But like I said, with the downgrading, it's not something we really need. There's some other things that have been going around, but at the moment the scene is quite quiet, and that's why I haven't really had much to post or to tell you guys about. I do know that Dark Programmer recently released an update to his PS2 classics, which I will be covering over at another time. It just looks like at the moment we need one more update before it's like a couple bugs are fixed, but it is coming through quite well. Dark Programmer has been working a lot on that, and it's a pretty cool project. I like being able to play the PS2 games on the PS4. It's pretty cool. Now I'm just still looking through, and as you can see, in most recent news, there's not really much going on. It's mostly about games that are coming out, because there's nothing really going on in the scene at the moment. If you guys are interested in knowing, there are some PS4 controllers which are being released soon. You got your orange, camo, I think it's cherry blue, and copper. They're pretty cool, and you can have a go, have a look at them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. In other words, in other days, Dark Programmer also released his Param SFO editor, or an update to it, which is pretty cool. BWE is back in the scene, guys. If you know him or remember him from PS3 days, should welcome him back. He's doing his thing again now on the PS4 with North stuff, and yeah, he's been pretty active lately. So give him a welcome back, and that's pretty much it for the video today, guys. There's nothing really to report on, so that's why there hasn't been any videos, but I thought that I might as well make a video to keep you guys updated, and now you guys can see what's happening, and you have a bit of a better understanding of what is going to be beneficial to the scene and what might not be. But regardless, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the video, and I do hope you guys stick around for a little bit more, because once there is another jailbreak or anything that comes out which is really beneficial, I'll be on it straight away the day it comes out, and you guys will know about it straight away. So don't forget to make sure you rate this video, comment, and if you have any questions, and then subscribe so that you can be here for more. Have a great day, guys. Bye.